Hi, my name is Rika. Welcome to this class. This is the 5th class of a 7-week journey through the chakras. So today we're focusing on our throat chakra, Vishudda, which is our center of communication and speech. So anything how we express ourselves towards others, but also towards ourselves. So for example, if we have unhealthy self-talk, that might be due to a blocked throat chakra. Also, when there is an imbalance between speaking and listening, in between conversations with others. And also, if we have a sore throat or something like that, could also lead to an imbalance in our throat chakra. So today we're going to do a lot of throat opening, also some neck strengthening to get that activated within our throat. Also, we will use our vocal cords a little bit, so I invite you to, throughout the whole practice, do some ujjayi breath, which is the slight restriction of our throat, which calms our nervous system or has a calming effect on our whole body. I will guide you into some postures where we'll open up the throat, where we will strengthen the neck and the throat. But anytime when I tell you to, for example, release your head towards the back and open the throat, feel free to only do that if it is comfortable for you. If you feel any tension, then come out of it and look towards the bottom or towards the front, whatever way is possible in that position. We will start today in Thunderbolt pose, so you can come onto your shins, seated onto your heels, either with your toes tucked under or untucked. I invite you to first start with tucked toes, so you stretch the soles of your feet here. Have some blocks handy. It's always good to have them for each asana. You might maybe need them, maybe not, depending on how you like to use those. All right, take your hands onto your thighs, maybe roll your shoulders back one time, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Keep a really long spine here. Try to lift through the crown of your head, slightly tuck your chin inward. Keep your rib cage tucked in. Arrive on the mat today. Arrive in your practice. And maybe already listen to the breath, how it flows in through your nostrils, all the way through your throat and into your body. Out your body, through your throat again, into the open, through your nostrils. And then I invite you to set an intention for today's practice. Maybe it's something connected to your throat chakra. It can be as simple as I speak kind and understanding words today, or I express myself truly with my inner truth. And when you have your intention, repeat it to yourself a few times. Put some true meaning into those words. Take another deep inhale and exhale here. And then guide your right hand towards your face, your index finger and middle finger touching your third eye, your ring finger closing your left nostril, your right thumb hovering your right nostril. Exhale here. Now with your inhale, start to breathe in through your right. Close both nostrils and hold. Exhale through the left. Close both nostrils. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. And with your exhale, release. Take a few more breaths in your natural cycle through your nose. Feel into your body, notice any difference. Take one more deep inhale and exhale here. And then slowly start to blink open your eyes. And then arrive back into your room, into your surroundings. And you can stay here in this thunderbolt pose, Vajrasana, or you come all the way into Sukhasana, easy pose, whichever is more comfortable for you. We will lower our hands onto the mat and then lower the right ear towards the right shoulder. Come into a slight shoulder or neck stretch here. You can stay here or intensify by taking your right hand onto your temple and gently bring some weight onto your head. Be really careful here. Our neck is a really sensitive part of our body. If you feel any tension anywhere, and release a little bit out of it. You can always come back to center if it's too much. And then maybe try to come in again. If you want, you can also move your head slightly towards your armpit. Maybe also towards the ceiling. Move really slow. You can also do micro movements. And then release your hand, place it underneath your right ear and bring your head back to center. Take your right hand back onto the mat and then release your left ear towards your left shoulder. Same here, you can intensify by taking your left hand onto your temple. Gently pulling on your head. And again, if you want to do some movements, feel free to do so. Don't forget to breathe. And then bring your left hand onto the left side of your head and come back to center. If you want, you can do a few rolls here through each side. And then come back to center again. Reach your arms above your head. Interlace your fingers and place your hands behind your back. So onto the back of your head. Your elbows sticking out. Lift your chest up. Place your head into your hands. Really let it go. And with your exhale, round your bed. Bring your elbows together. Look towards your navel. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, round your back. 2 more like this in your own pace. And with your next inhale, come back to center. Release your arms to your sides and then make your way into your first tabletop position. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers wide, your fingertips pressing into the mat. Keep your back of the feet pressing into the mat as well. And then put some weight into your left hand. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe look towards your fingertips. And with your exhale, guide your right arm through your left arm to the left. Maybe place your cheek onto the mat. And with your inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, come back up. Again, exhale, thread through. This time stay here. Now you can place your cheek onto the mat. Walk your left fingers towards the front if you want. Or you can also reach your left arm up towards the ceiling and bind behind your back, placing your left hand onto your right upper thigh. Breathe here, slow and steady. Maybe using your Ujjayi breath already. With your inhale, reach your left arm up. Place it next to your face again. And then reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Open your chest up towards the right. And then exhale, come back into tabletop position. Adjust your hands, adjust your legs if you need to. And then start to lift your right leg up towards the back. Point your foot, your toes. Reach your left arm towards the front. Your leg and your arm are parallel to the mat. Your core is engaged, also parallel to the mat. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale here. And with your exhale, bend your elbow, bend your knee, bring them close together, engaging your core here a little bit more. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Inhale up. Exhale together. Inhale up. Exhale together. One last like this. Inhale up. Keep your core engaged at all times. Exhale together. With your inhale, come back up. This time bend your back knee and reach your left hand to your right foot. Either grab the in or the outside and then gently press into your hand with your foot to open up your chest a little bit towards the left. Maybe look to the left as well, or even towards your foot. Twisting your neck here a little bit. Hold the balance. Engage your core. And with your next exhale, slowly release. All the way onto the mat again. Tabletop position. Adjust your stance, your fingertips are pressing into the mat. Your whole hand is in the mat. Make sure your core is engaged. You're not falling in between your upper arms with your body. And then bring some weight into your right hand. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread your left arm through to the right. And then inhale up. Exhale, thread through. Inhale up. Exhale, thread through. This time stay here. Place your cheek onto the mat. Maybe walk your right fingers to the front. Or reach your right arm up and bind behind your lower back onto your left upper thigh. Breathe here. Keep the back of your feet pressed into the mat. And with your next inhale, reach your right arm back up. Place it next to your face. And then reach your left arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Tabletop position, adjust your stance again. Now bring some weight into your left hand. Lift your left leg up, right arm up. Parallel to the mat, engage your core here. Shoulders are away from your ears. And then inhale here. With your exhale, bend your knee, bend your elbow. Bring them together, engaging your core a little bit more. Inhale up. Exhale, elbow and knee together. Maybe you press them together a little bit more to engage your core just a tiny little bit more. Inhale up. Exhale together. Inhale up. Exhale together. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale together. Inhale up. And now bend your back knee and then grab your left foot with your right hand this time. Press gently into your right hand. Look to the side or towards your foot, twisting your neck here. Try to hold and balance. And with your next exhale, slowly release. All the way back down into tabletop position. Adjust your stance again. Make sure that your core is in neutral, your back is in neutral. And then start to walk your hands towards the front. Now here you might want to use the blocks. So when you can't go any further, release your chest towards the mat. Maybe your chin. Or maybe your block underneath your chin to open up your throat a little bit more. Look towards the front. Press the back of your feet into the mat underneath. One more inhale here. Exhale here. And with your inhale, slowly lift back up. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Release the block. Tuck your toes under. And then start to lift your hips towards the ceiling into your first downward facing dog. Maybe you want to walk your dog a little bit. Look from side to side. Do whatever feels good here. And then slowly find stillness again when you're ready. Your core is engaged, ribcage tucked in. Maybe to intensify, look towards your knees or towards your belly button. Now with your next inhale, start to lower your elbows down onto the mat. Come into dolphin pose, your forearms are on the mat. Breath through your forearms so that your upper body goes towards the back a little bit more. And then with your inhale, start to lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Keep your heel up, your toes down. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. And with your exhale, lower back down. Same on the other side, left leg up for 3. Toes pointing down, heel up. 2, 1. And with your exhale, lower back down. 1 breath here. Strong arms, strong shoulders. Now with your exhale, lower your knees down. Come into Balasana, child's pose. Forehead onto the mat, arms straight towards the front. Keep them engaged here. Maybe roll your head from side to side. Releasing your neck. And then find back stillness. Take a breath here. And with your next inhale, start to walk your hands towards your knees. Come into an upright seated position. Onto your heels. And then straight lift your hips up. So you come to stand on your knees. You can walk your knees a little bit apart if you want. Press the back of your feet into the mat or tuck your toes under. Take your hands into your heart center. Take a breath here. If you have really sensitive knees, you can also always use a blanket or fold your mat once or twice. And then with your next inhale, release your right hand towards your right heel. Reach your left arm through the side all the way up. Keep your hips above your knees. Open up your chest towards the ceiling. Look up to the front or release your head to the back and look towards your left fingertips. And then with your exhale, come through the front with straight arms. Place your left hand onto the left heel. Reach your right arm through the side all the way up and back. And again, same with the neck. Do whatever feels good. Do this a few times in your own pace. You can go slow, very slow, or a little bit faster. Try to move with your breath, consciously connecting your inhale and exhale to the movement. One more on each side. And then with your exhale, come back to center. Release your heels. Sit back down. Take your hands to heart center. 3 deep breaths here. Maybe shake your hips from side to side a little bit, releasing your lower back. And then with your next inhale, lift your hips up again. Come back standing on your knees. This time, start to bring some weight into your right knee and lift your left knee, lift your right leg up and step all the way towards the front into low lunge Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms up above your head, look towards your fingertips or towards your thumbs. Keep your elbows straight, shoulders rolled down. And then don't fall into your front knee. Keep your knee above your ankle. Strong legs here. Inhale here. And with your exhale, open your arms straight to the sides. Twist towards the right. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, twist right. Inhale up. Exhale, twist left. Inhale up. Stay here, look up, reach up. And with your exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And then step back into Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose, sit back down. Take a breath here. With your next inhale, lift back up. Come onto your knees. This time, bring some weight into your right leg and right knee. And then start to lift your left leg towards the front. Step into low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms up. Look towards your thumbs. Keep your shoulders rolled down. Core is engaged. Bend into your front knee, but not too much. Keep your knee above your ankle. Strong stance here. Elbows are straight. Inhale, come a little bit higher. And with your exhale, twist open towards the left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then step all the way back into Vajrasana, seated onto your heels. Take a breath here. Maybe roll your shoulders back, lengthen your spine through the crown of your head. Keep your ribcage tucked in. And then tuck your toes under. And bring some weight into the balls of your feet. So you slowly bring some weight towards the back of the mat. Start to lift your knees up into toe squat. And then start to lift yourself into Tadasana. Go as slowly as you can. Use your thigh muscles, your foot muscles, ankle muscles. And then release your heels onto the mat. Now walk towards the front of the mat. Okay, take your hands to your sides. Choose to have your feet either toes touching, heels slightly apart, or feet hip distance apart, whatever feels great. Roll your shoulders back. Keep your rib cage tucked in. Pelvis is in neutral. Maybe place one hand onto your womb, one hand onto your lower back, and really feel the stance here. Feel the Tadasana, strong mountain pose. And then release your hands to your sides again. We will move into some tiny little back bending, so you can take your hands onto the lower back, fingertips pointing upward, palms of the hands on your lower back. Now keep your core engaged, your rib cage tucked in. Look to the front, make yourself really tall, maybe lengthen a little bit further through your collarbones. And then start to lift your collarbones towards the ceiling. And now here's the point where you can choose where your head goes. Either look to the front or release it towards the back. Be careful of your neck. Start to lift up a little bit higher. And then slowly lower down towards the back. Breathe here. Keep your elbows tucked in. And then inhale, come back to center. Take your hands to your heart center. Breathe here for a breath. And then release your hands to your sides again. Roll your shoulders back. Now start to bend your knees. Sit back down. Reach your arms up above your head into chair pose. Keep your pelvis tucked in, your rib cage tucked in. Really strong core here. Maybe look towards your fingertips or to the floor in front of you, whatever you prefer here. Maybe sit a little bit lower down. Breathe here. Inhale here. And with your exhale, hands to heart center, twist towards the right, your left elbow onto your right thigh, right above your knee. Keep your knees in one line. If you want, you can open up your arms up and down. Straight arms here. You can also look towards your right fingertips if you can hold the balance. And then keep your arms here or take them back to prayer and start to lift your left leg up. Step all the way towards the back of the mat into a high lunge. Stay in your twist. Keep your back leg rotated outward a little bit to engage it. Your glutes are strong. And then inhale, come back to center. Hands to heart. And all the way up towards the ceiling. Maybe look towards your thumbs. Inhale, reach a little bit higher. And with your exhale, open your arms and reach towards the front. Lean over your right thigh. Hold here for 5. Strong core. 3, 2, 1. And release your hands onto the mat underneath. Step your right foot back into high plank, both feet next to each other, and then come all the way into your downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Look towards your knees or navel if you want to intensify. Your heels are pressing into the mat underneath. with your next inhale, lower your elbows down onto the mat. I'm into Adha Mayurasana again, dolphin pose. This time hold here for 3. And with your next exhale, release your knees onto the mat. Untuck your toes, come into Balasana, child's pose. Keep your arms engaged, maybe come onto your fingertips. And then walk your hands towards your knees. Come into a seated position again, Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose. Tuck your toes under. And you know the drill. We will place some weight into the soles of our feet. I'll take your hands to your heart center. Make sure you have a strong core here. And then start to lean back, lifting your knees up. And then start to come up all the way into standing as slow as you can. And release your heels. Come to the front of the mat again. Toes touching, heels slightly apart, or feet hip distance apart, whatever you prefer here. Release your hands to your sides. Feel into this pose again. This is a really strong pose with strong foundation. Your arms are engaged, your legs are engaged, pelvis is engaged. Everything is engaged, except your face. Release your face muscles. Maybe release your jaw, shifting from side to side a little bit. Now we do this again. Take your hands onto your lower back, fingertips pointing upward, elbows pointing towards the back. We add a little bit onto it if you want. So you can again release yourself towards the back. Make sure you lengthen yourself first before you release. And then you can start to release your right hand up and towards the back. Slowly come back to center. Place both hands behind you onto your lower back again. Do the same on the left. Lengthen your spine, release to the back. And then release your arm. Slowly come back to center. Release both arms to your heart center. Take a breath here. Lengthen your spine. One more inhale here. And with your exhale, release your hands to your sides again. Roll your shoulders back. Make sure your core is engaged. And then start to bend your knees. Sit back down. Utkatasana chair pose. Reach your arms above your head. Palms touching. Look towards your fingertips if you want. Keep your core engaged. Keep your pelvis tucked in. Sit a little bit lower down. Hold here. Elbows straight. Inhale here. And with your exhale, release your hands to your heart center and twist towards the left, your right elbow onto your left thigh. Keep your knees in one line. Look towards the side or maybe towards or over your left shoulder. If you want, you can open your arms here as well. If you did on the other side, maybe look towards your fingertips. And then start to put some weight into your left foot. Lift your right leg up and all the way towards the back. Keep your arms straight or bring them back into your heart center. Rotate your back leg outward a little bit. to keep it engaged. Keep your glutes engaged. And then inhale, come back to center and reach your arms up. Bend into your front knee. Look towards your fingertips or thumbs. And keep your core engaged. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. And with your exhale, open up your arms and bend or fold over your left thigh. Lean towards the front, reach to the front. Keep your core engaged. Shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale, release your hands underneath your shoulders. Step back into high plank and all the way into your downward facing dog. Take a few balancing breaths here. Use your Ujjayi breath to calm yourself down, to calm your breath down. With your next inhale, look towards the front and then step or jump to the front of the mat. Come into Uttanasana, forward fold. Take a few breaths here, maybe grab your ankles or your big toes. Gently pull yourself closer towards your thighs. Release your head by shaking from side to side or nodding. And then with your next inhale, slowly roll yourself up, vertebra by vertebra. Go as slow as you can. Use really each vertebra that you have. And then your head will come last. Roll your shoulders back again. And this time we do the same as we did before with the slight back bend. You can either take your hands onto your lower back or this time release them completely to your upper thighs. And then start to, again, lengthen, lifting your chest up, lifting your collarbones up, looking maybe first to the front and then releasing your head back. And then start walking your hands down towards your kneecaps. Maybe you look now towards the back. Breathe here. And then inhale, slowly come back out. Your head comes last. Take a breath here with your hands in your heart center. And inhale, reach your arms through the sides all the way up. Make yourself long. Urvastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Adho Uttanasana, half lift. Take your hands onto your shins. Straight back, look towards the front. Hold here for just a breath. And then exhale, release down. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Step back into high plank. Now do a vinyasa. Lower down through chaturanga. Elbows in 90 degrees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Stay here for 3. Really press into your fingertips, into the back of your feet. Maybe release your head towards the back. And then exhale, come into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide. Bring your heels towards the mat. Look towards your knees. Shoulders away from your ears. Press your whole palm of the hand into the mat. And then lower down into Adha Pincha Mayurasana again. Dolphin pose, elbows on the mat. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, release your knees onto the mat, release your feet, back of the feet onto the mat. Come into Balasana, child's pose. Ground your forehead into the mat. Maybe release your arms to the back and place your hands onto your heels. Take a few deep breaths here. Slow down your breath. With your next inhale, bring your arms towards the front again. Lift your head, look towards your fingertips, and then make sure that your elbows are shoulder width apart by grabbing your elbows with your hands. So if you can easily grab them, that's the perfect height apart. And then take your hands into interlaced fingers, either like a cup onto the mat or into this fist by palms touching onto the mat. Whatever you prefer, try to take your pinky finger inside. So the one that is on the bottom, take it inside so you won't break it when you fall. But please don't fall. If you don't do this in your regular practice, the headstand, Sirsasana, then you can also take a wall and now come close to a wall so you can't fall backward, or you place some cushioning behind you so you fall onto your cushioning if you want to try it without. Or you can also come into the first step of this position where you just try to hold your neck for a little while. I will demonstrate now. So place the crown of your head in between your hands or to the top of your palms, whichever version you choose. And then tuck your toes under and lift your hips up, so straighten your knees. Now you can start walking towards the front, and then you can stay here and maybe shift your weight a little bit further over your head or further towards the back. Play a little bit around with your feet, or you come all the way up into your headstand, whichever way you prefer. Wherever you are, whatever you do this for 10 more breaths. If you're in a headstand, rotate your legs outward, point your feet. Maybe close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Try to use your Ujjayi breath. One more breath here. And then slowly release back out of it wherever you are. And come all the way into child's pose. Reach your arms towards the front. Take a few deep breaths here. And with your next inhale, start to walk your hands towards your knees. Slowly come back up into an upright seated position. Maybe take a breath here. And then sit onto one side and bring your feet towards the front. Sit into the center of your mat so you have some space behind you. And then start to roll down onto the mat. You can take your arms towards the front or underneath your kneecaps. And again, go vertebra by vertebra. Use the engagement of your core here to roll down all the way as slowly as you can. And then find your way on to your back. Take your feet or your heels closer towards your buttocks, a little bit wider than hip distance, so you can easily touch your heels with your hands. Press the back of your head into the mat underneath, and then start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling into bridge pose, Setubandha Sarvangasana. Keep your inner thighs engaged, your core engaged. Try to come onto your shoulders, lifting your chest a little bit higher. Keep your neck long, head pressing into the mat. Three more breaths here. Inhale, lift your hips a little bit higher. And with your exhale, slowly lower back down. All the way onto the mat underneath. Balance out your spine again. Take a few deep breaths here. And then we do this again, or you can also go one step further, come into Greevasana. So, whichever way you choose, you start to lift your hips up and then stay here. Or you take your hands now onto the mat next to your ears, fingertips pointing towards your shoulders, like you would when you go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, the wheel pose, and then you lift onto the crown of your head. So the space where we were when we were in headstand right now. You can stay here in this preparation pose, or you release your hands onto your shoulders. Wherever you are, breathe there for 5. One more breath. And take your hands back onto the mat. If you want to get Vasana, release your head onto the mat and slowly lower back down, vertebra by vertebra. Take your hands onto your belly. Take your feet mat width apart and let your knees fall inward. Take a few breaths here. With your next inhale, bring your knees towards your chest. Maybe rock from side to side a little bit, massaging your lower back. And then take your hands back to your sides. Fingertips pointing towards the front of the mat. Lift your legs up towards the ceiling. And then start to lift your hips up. And release your feet behind you onto the floor. You can also use your hands to support your lower back if you want, or you can keep them straight towards the front. Maybe even interlace your fingers. Bring your palms together and try to keep your neck in the position that you are in right now, so don't move it anymore. Press the back of your head into the mat. And breathe here. One more breath here. And then release your hands either back onto the mat or this time onto your lower back. And start to lift your legs towards the ceiling. Into shoulder stand. Come as high as you can. And then you can also here release your arms maybe into take your hands into fists and then stay on your elbows, pressing yourself up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees towards your forehead. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly start to lower your hips down. Maybe use your hands to guide them. And come all the way back into your tiny little ball. Knees to your chest. Maybe rock from side to side again a little bit. And before we move into Shavasana, we will do one more posture. So let your knees fall towards the right side. Take your arms straight to your sides or into cactus arms, so 90 degrees. Look up or towards your left fingertips. Breathe here. Calm down your breath completely. Maybe release your Ujjayi breath even, if you had it still. Deep inhale and exhale here. And then slowly bring your knees towards your chest again. Rock from side to side again. And then let your knees fall onto the left side. Take your arms straight to the sides or into cactus and look towards your right fingertips this time. You can also intensify the stretch by placing your left hand onto your knee. Keep both shoulders on the mat. Enjoy the twist through your solar plexus here. One more deep inhale and exhale. And then come back to center. Both knees to your chest. Maybe lift your forehead towards your knees. Make yourself really small. Inhale here. Hold your breath. And with your exhale, release yourself down. Release your breath. Your legs come straight towards the front. Feet fall outward. Your arms are facing towards the ceiling a little bit further apart so your armpits get some air. If you want, you can also take a blanket and place it above you to keep you warm. And then use your breath to surrender into the mat underneath. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Inhale nose. And exhale mouth. Let go of all the stale air within your body. If you want to make any sound, feel free to do so. And then release any tension within your body. Focus on your face. Release the space between your eyebrows. Release your jaw. And your cheeks. Let your eyes or eyelids get heavy. Bring your awareness back towards your breath. And notice how the breath lifts your body up and down. Maybe start to deepen your breath. And then slowly start to move your body. Maybe use your fingers and toes first. Rotate your hands and feet. And then maybe reach your arms above your head. Make yourself really long. Stretch from side to side. And then bring your knees towards your chest. Make yourself small again. Maybe lift your forehead to your knees. And then roll onto one side. Choose your favorite side today. Take a few moments there. Find your way back into your physical body, into the surroundings. And when you feel ready, use your upper hand to gently press yourself up into a seated posture. Maybe keep your eyes closed for a moment and take your hands to your heart center. Gently nod your head towards your fingertips. Connect back to your intention. And allow yourself to be thankful. Grateful even for the practice today. Take your hands towards your mouth. May your words today be kind and understanding. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today on this 5th day of our 7-week journey. I hope to see you next week for our third eye chakra. See you then. If you like this video, then let me know through a like, through a subscribe, or through a comment. Bye bye.